So if you care about freaking anything in this life, start paying attention to your breath.
Yeah, that is very powerful. I loved how you said the gears from when we like, you know, 1 or 2, 3 gear is like breathing through the nose, and then if you're like in 5th, 6th gear, you're on your mouth. It's really interesting to say that, because when you're a long distance runner and you would start your run breathing through the mouth, you won't make it as far as when you start the run breathing through your nose. And like in the end, when you're like about to like, okay, this is like the last couple miles, then you can start breathing through your mouth, because it does feel sometimes a little bit easier, but that's only the 5th or 6th gear. You won't make it with starting with that gear. So absolutely. And I think everybody can relate to that example, because we've all been there. We've all
So just think of that. I actually find the gear analogy nice. I don't know, I'm a guy, you know, so I'm running. I'm like, okay, like drop it down to 3rd gear. You know, it feels good for me. But so within that, like, just think of that as you're breathing. I'll just break down quick the gears. So 1st gear is balanced breath, nasal in and out. Next gear is increased speed, balanced nasal in and out, but you're starting to be like higher heart rate. 3rd gear would be nasal in, mouth out. 4th would be same thing, nasal in, mouth out, but you're like, it's more like you're starting to push it. Like it's like higher intensity, higher heart rate. And then the last one would be mouth in, mouth out. You know, so the more that you can, if you're training, the more you can keep yourself in that kind of like 2nd gear to 3rd gear, toggling between 2nd and 3rd gear range, the more metabolically efficient you will be. Suddenly, if you do go into that 5th gear range, it will take you a lot more to get to that point. And so your gears expand the more you keep yourself down in that nasal in, mouth out, or ideally nasal in, nasal out.
The more range you get, basically.
The more range you get. Whereas and it's the exact opposite if you lean on the 4th and 5th gears more, or especially the 5th gear.
Yeah.
Mouth in, mouth out will screw the rest of your gears up. Nose in, nose out will extend the rest of your gears out.